Are Marauder Horsemen of Slannesh any good? This is an interesting one. Slannesh has a fast roster generally. Here we are dealing with a unit that's already fast, but which adds devastating flanker into the mix, making it a real threat to the backline that you wouldn't expect from 1. A mounted skirmisher, 2. One armored so thinly. Let's take a closer look at how this plays out. Recruited for 600 in campaign, for 150 upkeep as opposed to 650 in multi. Ultra unit size means 60 entities and 5,460 total unit health for 91 per entity. Armor is 15, no shield. Physical resistance 5 is standard. Leadership is 48, or pretty willowy. Speed is a blazing 95, charge speed is 115, and melee attack starts out at a mere 22, with an attack interval of 5. I've listened to your feedback, but I'll mention it for public interest. Sadly, we don't have an animation speed rating, but hey, pointy things have shorter animations. No splash damage. Melee defense is 20, weapon strength is 24, split between base 19 and 5 armor piercing. This isn't terrible or anything, you just have to know where you're coming from. Charge bonus is 24 and mass is 500. Now, the ranged weapon constitutes javelins with 16 ammunition, range 80, and missile damage officially 24, but of note, this is magical attack. Each javelin hits for 15 base damage and 7 armor piercing, so it's better AP than the melee strikes. But it loses bite against armored foes. Reload time is 9, and total accuracy begins at the standard 20, with calibration distance of 50, and calibration area of 2.3, which is a pretty decent amount of drift for a short-ranged weapon. So it's clearly best hurled at either a big monster or an infantry unit's back. This is a fire whilst moving Vanguard deployment, Strider, immunity to psychology, and I remind, a devastating flanker horseman unit. Given how I like to use my skirmishers aggressively and make the most of charge bonus, let me reverse my usual order and say that all phases of use, from spreading the enemy out to charging into archers to firing into backs to charging into those backs, are highly satisfying for what remains a very budget-friendly unit. It's not like Slannesh is filled with missile troops either. The lack of bite against armor is a shame, but it also means you'll know when they'll be effective and when they won't without a lot of fuss or debate. In the Lord Redline skills, Frenzied Revelry provides a maximum of speed plus 12% and charge bonus plus 18%. Now that seems like a high number, but being a percentage makes it rough. The speed is just plain helpful. Rank 7 Marauder Horsemen benefit from Killer's Kiss, adding 10% more speed, plus 15% charge bonus and 15% missile resistance. All wonderful for skirmishers, since shooting you is the easiest way to ruin your day. In the tech tree, I checked manually, and in-game, Decadent Apostles seems to apply to them as well as to the general Marauder infantry, so minus 10% upkeep, plus 6 melee attack and soporific musk. That's really good for an already fairly cheap unit, so it will serve you that much better in hit and run attacks. There's not really anything else to say. Slannesh is kind to his lone skirmish cavalry. Take care, and have fun taking full advantage of Strider and devastating flanker. Just be somewhere else by the time the enemy turns around. You're still made of paper.